Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ann Miller French with Angelic Hands. I am streaming live here on Facebook as well as on my channel through YouTube. And I wanted to connect with all of you and share some answers, kind of check in, tune in, see where everybody's at. I know there's a lot going on energetically right now. I'm feeling it as well. And I hope you had a nice Christmas, a happy new year. Hi, Jim. So nice of you to connect today. Hello from Ireland. So, yeah, I have a lot that I'm being guided to share today, and then to spend some extra time. I haven't done a live Q&A in forever. I probably did one earlier last year, but I honestly cannot remember last year. It's kind of a blur. Lot going on, and like I said, I'm noticing things too where I had to kind of sit with it and just be present, like have the awareness, bring the awareness to what was coming up. And even last week, like being present with more grief that I was processing and allowing that to come up, and really honoring those feelings and just taking that time to go through the process and being that presence for my inner child, and really holding space and really just being there. That's the only way I can describe it. So I have, noticed where I was doing a clearing, like I feel like a lot was coming up, chest related, and of course, lungs are associated with the emotion of grief. So if you felt heaviness, if you felt lethargic, if you felt like, whether you've gone through the flu or COVID or some kind of illness, it's just a name. I look at it as whatever your body is going through, it's an opportunity to declutter and to make space and to let go of things that have been stuck in the body, physically and emotionally and mentally for so long. We're being asked to lighten up and going through this purging process, and no one is excluded from this, where you may even feel like, wow, okay, things were going so smooth for a while, and now I have like this big question mark above my head. And I have to be honest, I had that feeling come up where it lasted for a couple of days, and I was like, okay, this is a really weird space to be in. I've done so much work, and healing is not a one-time event. It's ongoing. So anything that has been in hiding, if you will, anything that was shoved down or forgotten about, it's here, and we're literally seeing it, we're feeling it, and being guided to acknowledge it and to continue to work through those layers and whatever it is that's presenting itself. And like I said before, I use that word a lot, but it's an opportunity to dig even deeper and look at, what feels heavy, what feels stuck, and perhaps starting out on your journey this year. If you're, working through, I know some people like to have New Year's resolutions. I love to set intentions. I love the word intention. Your intention is so powerful. Like, if you had to ask yourself, what do I want to create for myself this year? What do I want to do differently? What am I ready to let go of? And energetically making space. And where am I being guided? Like really following where you're being guided by your heart. You may even feel like this energetic push where it doesn't make sense at the time. Like even today, I, said, okay, how can I share my heart? What is it that I can do to help others? And this came through. So is having this live Q&A to answer some questions and, see what's going on. So if you're, working through fitness goals this year, if you've got some health challenges, perhaps you're looking for some alternative methods, I will tell you that from my personal experiences going back to early 1990-91 time frame, I started opening up and exploring things and, even said to myself, there's got to be another way. There's got to be other alternatives. And sure enough, it started my holistic wellness journey and opened up so many doors and so many opportunities and really helped me to engage even more with my health and understanding my body and the importance of balancing body, mind, spirit. Or perhaps you're being guided to make changes with your career, or you're looking at current relationships, or there's different emotions that are coming to the surface. A lot of people are going through a grieving process where it may feel like a death and rebirth cycle of sorts. So it's really being present and aware. So I'm going to take a peek in the queue. I see that there's some information coming through. Okay, so Jim is asking, I'm working for the universe here to help bring in new age and cycle. What does my guides want me to know? I believe there is a girl coming locally to assist me. What is her name? Okay. All right. So yes, I do feel, and I see, like I feel a feminine energy. I'm going to be honest. I'm not getting a name that's popping out, Jim, but that's an amazing question, and that's beautiful. Like you're following that you're here working for the universe. I'm here working for the universe. I'm getting such major goosebumps with this. I'm so glad you asked that question. You're going to know, like when you see this person, she's just going to stand out, and you're going to know that this is your person. This is your partner that you will be working with. You're going to be teaming up, and like you may have heard the expression, you can do so much as one person, but when you get together as a team with someone, whether that's, a team of 2 or a team of 3 or a team of 10, number really doesn't matter. It's going to amplify even more your efforts as far as what you're being guided to do. And what I'm hearing is continue to honor what's coming up for you. You're really good. You're highly intuitive, and you're walking your journey, and you are exactly where you're meant to be at this point in time, where you're in the world and shining that light from where you're at, and knowing that, just from where you're at, you can have such a huge impact on so many souls, so many people that are waking up right now that where they don't even know where to begin. So I'm seeing it from the standpoint of the things that you're both going to bring to the table. It's like different insights, different ideas, and a collaboration of sorts. And through this teamwork, you may even find that you'll be guided to do things that haven't yet presented themselves. So there may be opportunities and ideas where you may be asked to, show up together as a team and speak on behalf of humanity. And you may even find that if you get like a strong, overwhelming feeling, like you don't quite understand it at the time, but you know that you're being called, you're being asked to be at a specific place at a specific time, follow that, because that's when you're going to start meeting those other people. And like I said, this female that's coming through, this energy, it's that divine feminine connecting with your divine masculine energy, like bringing this all together. Of course, we embody both energies, but it's looking at how they can complement each other and working together. I hope that this makes sense for you. I'm just really looking at what's coming through energetically right now. Like there's some things that are still being worked out in the background on your behalf, but most definitely what I'm hearing is you are spot on. Yeah, you are definitely being guided, because I was really feeling that today. Like there's all of a sudden, like that feeling that I had, and perhaps I was being an empath, being an intuitive, being a sensitive. It's recognizing, okay, is this mine or is this yours? So that feeling was so strong, like waking up and saying, okay, yesterday I knew exactly what I was here to do, and then waking up in the morning and having this big question mark over your head. So anyone that is going through that, it's just being aware of that's what a lot of people are going through right now, where all of a sudden there was some kind of structure and now things are just literally falling away, or life as they knew it has changed overnight, or perhaps somebody has gone through a significant loss and now being asked to really having the courage to face those things that are coming up. And it's going through like waking up from a state of amnesia and, remembering who they are, going through, very much like you've gone through, Jim, very much like I've gone through, like the awakening process and this ascension journey that we're all on, and really tuning in to the energy. And what I'm, hearing for you, Jim, is don't second guess it. Just continue to move forward. And the messages are going to continue to get louder and louder and louder. And whatever it is that we are in resistance of, it's literally saying, I want your attention, and I need you to act on this, or there's going to be times where you're going to feel like you're being guided to move forward, and then there's going to be other times when you're being asked to take a step back. Hi, Sophie. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments that are coming in. Yeah, you took your time, Jim, and that's perfect. It's that through that reflection and really going within and allowing the information to come through. So, really tuning in with higher, with higher self. Hi, Sophie. I see you're coming in from New Zealand. Do you have a specific question, Sophie? Is there anything that you would like me to ask on your behalf? I'd be more than happy to answer a question for you. I'm just looking to see what else is in the queue. I'm going to try and stay on here as long as I can. My throat chakra is still going through some clearing, and I've just been working through it, and will allow myself to be a vehicle to get the information out, tuning in with spirit and sharing the messages that come through. Okay, so I'm reading your comment. You're most definitely, Sophie. I am definitely seeing that dad energy and really sensing that masculine energy. Like, I really feel like he is part of your team. So the times where you may get like a faint scent or a subtle whisper, or like all of a sudden you might feel like you have I don't like pins and needles, like you just feel like there's a presence there. or just a washing of love over you. Like, yeah, your dad is there with you. And what I'm getting surrounding your question regarding if your partner is right for you, would your dad like him? What he's saying is, do you like him? It's not a matter of if I like him, do you like him? What does your heart say? He really wants you to, and this is going back to what I was talking about earlier with Jim. You, excuse me, it's knowing when we're being guided to step forward and when we're being guided to take a step back and drop from our head into our heart and follow our intuition, follow our guidance. So really looking at your list of pros and cons, like what were you looking for in a partner? And are you happy when you're with this person? Do you really feel like you complement each other? Because it's more of a relationship is never an attachment. It's like it's there where you are learning from each other. And this particular person came into your life to teach you things. You came into his life to teach you things. What I'm getting is your dad's going to be there. He's going to support you one way or the other. But this is part of the evolution of your soul, Sophie. And whatever it is that you're meant to take away from this relationship. So I feel like there's some like a learning curve for you. Like there's going to be some things that come up. So if this is a newer relationship for you, where we go through what I lovingly call the honeymoon phase, like the first few months, we're on our best behavior and we're really being there, being attentive. But then as time goes on, we really start to show our true colors and the different things that we each as an individual have to work on. And then when we come together with this beautiful partnership, it's looking at, okay, how are you a mirror for me and how am I a mirror for you? So if you look at it from that standpoint of what am I meant to learn from the situation, and knowing that even if your dad was physically here, it would still be the same answer. And that's what I'm getting very strongly for you, is ask yourself the question, like, am I happy right now? And is my heart at peace? And what am I being guided to look at right now? And if there's, anything that comes up, just really having that awareness and taking some time to go within and trusting the messages, trusting the information. And your dad is always with you, and he's just letting you know that, he's going to support you either way, because there truly is no right or wrong. This is all about your experience and what you came to take from, this partnership. I'm just looking to see if there's any other questions that are coming up. So anybody that's just hopping on, I'm going to, again, spend as much time as my voice will allow me today to share some additional answers as far as questions that you may have. And if you have another question, feel free to, put it in the queue. I'll take a look at it and see what's coming through for you. So, no matter where you're at right now, it's like that's the biggest theme is trusting, and trusting where you're being guided. Like I said before, even if it doesn't make complete sense, but you're exactly right on time. And if things aren't exactly where you want them to be right now in any area of your life, and you're looking to make some changes, I'm really being asked to step up and be a voice and share with all of you that this may be your time, this may be your year to start making those changes and to really start taking a good hard look at the different things that are coming up. And instead of letting fear being in the driver's seat, saying, okay, if I can make one small change, one movement forward. What can I do to start changing my life today? Like, where do I feel stuck? What do I want to see differently? What do I want to do differently? What do I want to create for myself? And knowing that it's not a sign of weakness to reach out and ask for help. So if that's looking at some energy healing, if that's looking at hiring a life coach, if that's looking at, going with some mentoring, if it's having a reading done, if it's taking a workshop, trying something new that you've never done before. Like, there are lots of options available. I have lots of different things that I'm being guided to, share in this new year, as far as, individually, one-on-one, as well as in a workshop setting. And the beautiful part about that is everything is done remotely. So it's done in the convenience of your own home. But the key is just saying, yes, I want to get started. Yes, I want change. Yes, I want to follow where I'm being guided. Or even, having that acceptance, saying, I don't know the answers right now. I don't know what my next steps are. But I know that I have to start somewhere. That's the key, just getting started. And we've all been there, trust me, been there, done that, and really, trusting those inner nudgings. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jim. One day in your future role is 200% merged. Yes, most definitely. And that is the process that you're so spot on, Jim. That is the process that I am going through right now. And I really appreciate the healing vibes. I call this like an attunement. So when I started my Reiki training back in 2015, I noticed that I had a lot coming up. There was a lot of clearing with my throat chakra. So I'm being guided to use more of my voice, speak more of my truth, and really embodying my higher self, like this integration and all these pieces, the fractals of me that came home to me, like letting everything settle in. So, Spirit always shows me like the pieces of the puzzle. So everything is like inside of the frame, but it's letting the dust settle, and knowing exactly what the next steps are going to be. So whatever's going on physically with me, whatever's going on physically with any of you, it's knowing like we're clearing house and making space. So allowing whatever, integration we're going through, whatever attunement we're going through, like just being there, being present, not judging it, and just letting it run its course. So thank you so much for that, Jim. That it totally makes sense. But yeah, you are most definitely, Jim, an amazing healer, and continue to follow where you're being guided. And hopefully the information that was provided for all of you today was helpful. So if there's any other questions, I'm going to stay on here just a little bit longer. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, so anything, are you asking for more information I just want to make sure I'm reading your question correctly, Sophie. Are you asking for additional information from your dad? If you can just let me know if that's who you're asking about. It's going to take a minute. See if this comes up. Okay, so it is your dad. Wow. What he's saying is, Sophie, I miss you. I love you. I want what's best for you. And I'm always going to be your biggest supporter. Like, I feel so much love that's present. And like, I see him, like this beautiful energy, just sending it from from that heart space, sending it to you and feeling, like take it in, like, even if you just want to like take those deep breaths. And like I said, trust your intuition, trust your, what I lovingly call your clairs. So if if you're clairvoyant, you get a vision, clairaudient, you hear something, even if it's a subtle whisper, like trust what's coming through. Or if there's a scent, or you get like a wash or a feeling that comes over you, and know that he's trying different ways to make that connection with you. But with things that have come through where you may have second guessed it, what I'm hearing is stop second guessing yourself. And he's saying this with love, like, yes, it's me trying to come through with you. And he's just saying it's so beautiful here, it's peaceful, and like he's happy, totally happy. And again, he just wants what's best for you. Oh, hi, Nikki. Oh, you would like a card today. Oh, I'm going to grab one of my decks. So gotta leave the screen for just a moment. So if you just want to give me a minute, I'm just gonna grab the first deck of cards that comes through. And yeah, I would love to pull a card for you, Nikki. Just 1 minute. Okay. You are so welcome, Sophie. And best of luck with your relationship and with everything that this new year presents for you. Just, enjoy it, have fun, enjoy the experience. And again, I'm hearing that you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. So just continue to create space, find that inner peace, and really follow the guidance of your heart. All right, so the deck that I'm working with, Nikki, I've worked with this one before. It's the Archangels Oracle cards. This is one of my older decks. I'm going to pull a card for you. All right. And for anyone that's not aware, I did mention this last year. It was later in the year. I was being guided to add one of my older services back to my menu of services on my website. So if you would like to have a more detailed oracle card reading, I have many, many different decks that I work with. That is part of the menu on my website, ReikiAngelicsHands.com. That's ReikiAngelicsHands.com. The link is also going to be listed on this live. So if you want to take a look to see, all the different services that I offer, like I said, oracle card readings, psychic readings, medium readings, quantum life coaching, quantum energy healing, light language healing. And I do have some amazing specials going on right now for light language therapy, quantum life coaching, and there was a third one, also for quantum energy healing. So, excuse me, if that's something that you are interested in, checking out, trying, take a look, see what resonates with you, and, definitely take advantage of the deals that are going on right now. I would love to connect with you and get you on the schedule. And if there's any questions that you have regarding any service that I offer, any upcoming workshop, don't hesitate to reach out. There's different ways that you can get a hold of me. There's a lot of different ways that you can stay connected with me. I'm also on Instagram, so I share different things. And I will tell you that one of my fun things to do is to express myself, and that's through dance, through movement. That's another form of light language. So if you haven't checked out my Instagram page at For Angelic Hands, All the links are available on my contact page on my website. Check it out. If you're in a podcast, I have a podcast that's called Conversations with Spirit and Ann Miller, Friendship Angelic Hands. Okay, so the card that I'm getting for you, Nikki, is Archangel Raphael, and the message is breathe. And the message says take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. This is a beautiful message, not only for you, Nikki, but for everyone that's here catching this live, or even if you're catching the replay. So that's a good reminder for all of us to take. Okay, I'm going to get back to you in a minute, Jim. Thank you. To take this opportunity. So I'm going to ask everyone that's here right now to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Try to hold that belly breath for a count of 3 if you can, and then completely exhale that air out of the mouth. When you breathe in, you are breathing life back into your body. You're bringing you back into your body. You're oxygenating your body and really being present for yourself. This is also helpful to reset your nervous system. Like if you find that you're getting caught up in something where you're taking a lot of breaths in, but you're not getting the breaths out. So really being present, really being aware, and breath work is going to be your best friend just to help get yourself present again. And if you find that you're in a situation where you may feel triggered, or there's something that comes up where your inner child feels unsettled, that's the little girl, the little boy inside, like really being present, really being aware, and through that breath, being able to recalibrate and call yourself home again. So that is a beautiful message. And Archangel Raphael, he's one of the archangels on my team, so he's all about the healing. And as I mentioned earlier in this live, if you have anything that's going on right now surrounding lungs, or where you feel like you're purging or coughing up stuff, if you're coughing up phlegm, or you notice that you're doing, a clearing, really honoring, the time for you. And if you need to rest, you need to take in more of those breaths. So you have a lot going on in your life, Nikki. You have a big, beautiful heart, but the big thing is take more time for the breath work, and take some additional time for you when you're being guided, because with your gifts of being an empath and feeling things at a very deep level, taking things in bits and pieces every day instead of where we feel like we want to take on everything. And I am guilty of that myself, and it's a reminder to take a step back and say, okay, what's the one thing that I can do right now in this very moment? And then continuing to build from there and look at your energy levels. Okay, I've got quite a few things coming in here now. So hopefully that was helpful for you, Nikki. All right, and I am looking at Jim's message. Okay, I'm going to take a quick peek. It's interesting that you said that, Jim, because there was a bit of a jumper. I call it a jumper card, but I wasn't being guided to pull that specific card for Nikki. So that one was for me. I'm just going to take a quick peek at this. Okay. Yeah, this makes total sense. Thank you for that, Jim. And yeah, this is very much in alignment with what I talked about earlier, where I am being guided to continue to step more out of my comfort zone, and the things that I'm learning, wherever I'm being guided, like there's going to be more things that I'm going to be teaching all of you and helping with, everyone that's going through this awakening process. And no matter, where you're at with the ascension journey, there's going to be new things that are going to be popping up. And through my willingness to say, okay, where am I being guided by my heart, and following this. So yeah, just I'm gonna touch top of my head, receiving this message into my heart. So thank you for that, Jim. Yeah, this totally this makes sense. All right, so let's see, we've got quite a few coming in here. So Dr. Priya, reading. You'd like a reading. And then Jessica. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple more cards. I'm going to do the first one for Dr. Priya. Thank you for joining me today. And I do not know who the Sam Frosh is. I will tell you that unfortunately, somehow, when I do these lives, I do get what I consider to be spam. So if there's anyone that is contacting you for a reading, or sometimes they call it a love spell, whatever they want to call it, they are in no way, shape, or form affiliated with me or my practice, Angelic Hands. So all I'm going to say is I would caution you, with anyone that's, hopping on and reaching out to you for, if they're asking you for any information, or if they're, saying to contact them. It's use your free will, your intuition, but I do not know who this person is. Unfortunately, these messages show up from time to time. So just bringing that into your awareness. All right, so this card is for Dr. Priya. So your message is outdoors, and this is Archangel Raphael. Messages: go outside, get some fresh air, and connect with nature to relieve stress and gain new creative ideas. So the additional message that I'm getting to this is you're doing so much for so many, but know when you're being guided to, like what I'm hearing from Spirit and from the angels is take some time to slow down, know when to move forward, know when to take a step back, and like recharging your batteries. So if you ever feel like you're in a state of overwhelm, this goes back to the breath work, the message from Archangel Raphael, just kind of resetting everything, oxygenating everything, being present for yourself, and taking an opportunity to get outdoors, or you may even find it beneficial to connect with, like doing some, light therapy if you feel guided to. That always feels good, like to just sit in front of like a sunlight, or just spend some time in the sun, spend some time just in quiet and solitude, and allowing the information to come through for you in that quiet space, and knowing that you're going to receive the information when we're less in here and more in here. So hopefully that message is helpful for you. All right, and take one more card. All right, so Jessica asking for a card. And Kimberly, my condolences to you for your brother. I see he passed away 11 years ago. Know that he is with you. He loves you. He misses you. And watching over you and your family. And I really, really feel that, that strong heart connection. And what I'm hearing further on that is just continue to keep the memories alive and continue to live out those traditions, whatever those things are that you used to do together as a family. You may even want to come up with something new this year where you can continue to honor him and his legacy. And there's just a lot of gratitude coming through, regarding everything that you're doing, not only for yourself, but also for your family. So again, my condolences. All right, so this card is for Jessica. And this message is creative writing. And this is Archangel Gabriel. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or book. So with creative writing, this is a great outlet. This is a great way to express your feelings. There may be some grief coming up for you at this time, like some sadness or some feelings where you're not quite sure how to make sense of it. To help you with processing, as I share with my clients that I work with, when we're bringing that grief up, whether that's in the form of tears or through sound or just being present, like we're literally bringing it up, we're making space, and now we have this energy outside of us. It's looking at, okay, what would I like to do with this? What would I like to create from this? So taking that pen to paper and perhaps it's writing a poem or writing feelings, no judgment whatsoever, no matter what comes through, just allowing yourself to be present. Perhaps it's the start of, a new journey for you. If you're being guided to write an article or pen your first book, just literally, they're just saying, take the pen, take the piece of paper, and just allow those feelings to come through. And it's another way for you to get it out and take a look at the words that are coming through, the feelings that are coming through, and holding space for yourself and for your inner child. And I call this purge writing. Some people call this automatic writing. Like, you can even ask yourself questions and just say, what am I feeling right now? And letting the information come through and just start writing, or perhaps it's drawing a picture. There's really no wrong or right way to do this. It's just taking some time to do it, and then being present. And even if that means expressing some emotions and, letting everything flow instead of feeling like we've got to stuff everything down. Okay. I'm just looking for the messages that are coming through. Yeah, definitely shadow work, Jessica. The purge writing is very, very helpful with that. And yeah, you have a lot going on. So it's working through that grief. I will tell you that working through the grief release process and being present, and if you're looking for alternative ways to work through it, if you'd like to dive deeper, reach out, let's connect, let's at least have a conversation, and sit down and take a look at where you're at with things right now, and know that the only thing that is ever standing in our way of moving forward is that wall of grief, and looking at, okay, what is this made out of? And there's some things that we are aware of. There's some things that we forgot about. There's some things that We feel like it's almost like a feeling of we misplace parts of ourselves. So just really um, being present for yourself. And that is something that I do specialize in, is that grief release work. So don't hesitate to reach out if I can help you in any way. Okay, I'm going to take one more question here, and I see that's from Maria. All right. All right, so I'm going to pull a card for you, Maria. Yeah, my condolences regarding your loved one that passed. I feel like you have a lot going on right now, Maria. Like you have a lot of different things that are in front of you right now, and there's like a bit of a confusion energy with this, as far as, okay, do I move forward on this, or just take some time with it and allow yourself to be present with it. And even like I mentioned earlier, when you take those times to just reflect and even sit with the information that comes through, whether that's through writing or spending some time out in nature, just spending like having some me time, and not feeling like you've got to have everything figured out today or tomorrow, but taking things in steps and increments and chunks will help with alleviating some of those feelings of overwhelm that you may be going through right now. All right, so I am going to pull a card for you. Oh, interesting. You can't make this up. The card that's coming through for you, Maria, is literally the same one that I pulled for Jessica. It's the creative writing. So take some time with this and, interview yourself and write down all the different things that you would like to create for yourself in this new year, and look at all the different things that are presenting themselves to you, and even ask, what would you like to change? What would you like to do differently? And if you're not sure where to get started, again, reach out, let's connect, let's do a deep dive and take a look at what's coming up for you, and start exploring different avenues as far as different options that are available to you to bring about greater healing, greater calm, and to help you find that balance. And when we look at a person, it's like that body, mind, spirit, and looking at any areas that aren't in harmony, or any area where you feel like you're stuck right now, or things aren't flowing, they're just not moving. And being in a space of that acceptance, and saying, okay, I accept that this is where I'm at right now. I may not have all the answers right now, but I am open to receiving the information. That in itself is a huge piece of this work. And it's that surrender and being open to the people, the places, the things, the information, and how the information is going to come to, how the answers are going to come to. And I feel like that message is really for all of us here today. So I just really want to thank all of you for hopping on for today's live. As I mentioned before, my throat chakra is going through a bit of a clearing right now, so I'm going to honor that. And I really wanted to just, take this opportunity to connect with as many of you as possible. And if I did not get an opportunity to answer your question here today, know that your question is always answered. Be open to, where the information is going to come through. Even if you don't hear it here on this live, know that with every question, there's always an answer. Any problem, there's always a solution. I mean, if you look at the infinite field of possibilities, there's so much that's available to each and every one of us. It's literally us learning to get out of our own way to let the information, let the people, the places, the things intervene, come through on our behalf, and really trusting where we're being guided. So I hope that you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and have a beautiful week. Thank you.